Yes, good morning. Welcome to LSK TV Sports Show. Lams on UG, my name always. LSK TV, bring the world near you. We have to discuss what's happening right now at Manchester United and it's shocking the whole world as well as Manchester United fans. We saw Dan Ashworth, the sporting director for Manchester United, just after 5 months leaving Manchester United on mutual agreement. And what exactly transpired and what exactly prompted him leaving Manchester United? We saw Dan Ashworth left Newcastle United after spending gardening leave and of course came to Manchester United on the 1st of July, joining Manchester United. And after 5 months, things changed and things turn around. We need to know exactly what happened. We know Manchester United is on the verge of coming back to the real glory of what Manchester United used to do in the past during time for Malcolm Glazer. But things is not working out since the death of Malcolm Glazer leaving Manchester United to the children, the Joe Glazer, Havram, and some of the siblings. But we see Manchester United not moving forward the way people were expecting. Manchester United brought in Radcliffe, one of the greatest Manchester United fans right from his childhood, has been supporting Manchester United. But now thing changes. When they gave him power to do the actually to operate the footballing activities of Manchester United. Now Radcliffe brought in Brailsford. Brailsford is now the head of football operation of Manchester United. But now Brailsford also, what's now lacking in Manchester United is like now the transformation of Manchester United to the glory, and of course the decision making of Manchester United. Brailsford Brailsford influenced bringing in one of the most powerful sporting director, that is Dan Ashworth. We showed Dan Ashworth when he joined in July, the 1st of July. He brought in some of the new signings, some of the great deals to Manchester United. We checked on the like of Lenny Yoro joining in. Ugarte, Delight from Bayern Munich, and of course at the same time also making some of the great signing of Ziggy, though after now people are still criticizing Ziggy not even picking up at Manchester United. He spent like 200 million pounds and of course buying some of the players at the same time also. He did some good sales and around 110 billion pounds Manchester United also pocket in during the time of the summer. And of course, that has also been good part of him. Imagine spending 200 million pounds and of course at the same time getting back 110 million pounds is something good. But now things didn't work out well. We had at a certain point, Dan Ashworth and the chief of Manchester United, that is Barreda, they did talk of or comment on Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag started the decision after the decision by Radcliffe. And I do always blame Radcliffe at times at the same time because we know during last season, Manchester United wasn't doing well. And of course, the only achievement they got the FA Cup. But now later on, Manchester United made a decision. They sat down. They were like, we need to make a decision. And they did some of their assessment where Dan Ashworth wasn't there. And of course, Beretta wasn't also there. The decision came when they decided to maintain Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag leaving Manchester United in number 14 on the table, the second page of the table. That's where things started not working out well at the dressing room of Manchester United, and at the same time also the board of Manchester United they started having divided decision. So now things came in where they need to make a decision of getting like somebody serious to replace Eric Ten Hag. Remember, they started giving the role to Dan Hasworth to give in or to give in his effort to spot somebody good to replace Eric Ten Hag. But to the surprise, Bereda was on the lead. That's what also prompted now Hanger into Dan Ashworth now leaving Manchester United because during the transfer of Hamorim joining Manchester United, Dan Haswoodin wasn't involved in the transfer of Hamorim joining Manchester United. And that was the point exactly. Now we saw Dan Ashworth wanted Southgate to come to Manchester United and wanted at the same time the Tuchel to also join Manchester United. Again, also has been supporting Owe of Newcastle United joining Manchester United, but things didn't work out well. They decided to bring in Hamorim. Now, we saw Hammond started the game well with Manchester United, but now things are not working out. Also, the same thing when they beat them again is actually the Nottingham Forest. Things came in a mess. Now the director started blaming, of course, the Dan Ashworth. At the same time, Dan Ashworth now not having a stable position. I say like now, my position is not right respected or well respected. We saw right now Manchester United after parting ways, they bought Dan Ashworth just £3 million from. They paid £3 million to Newcastle United to bring in Dan Ashworth. But now again just after again after 3 months, again after 5 months, and of course spending £3 million and 5 months working for Manchester United, Manchester United is losing him on mutual agreement. Though mutual agreement at times maybe benefits both the party, but now still spending £3 million to get somebody of his service. It wasn't easy. We know the story of Dan Ashworth coming to Manchester United. Manchester United spent a lot of money. Newcastle United were demanding like after around £20 million. But now still things didn't work out until they leave him of actually they set him to gardening leave at least for some 5 months again at the same time. But from Newcastle United, Dan Ashworth also did some soaping. We know very well what he messed up, the signing of one of the player called Tonali. Tonali came in, but now the betting ban on him for 10 months get a lot of issues with the Newcastle United. But now coming to Manchester United, of course, he has a vast experience also Premier League. He did work with the FA of England and at the same time also did work with Brighton and Wolf, bringing many players to Graham Potter's when they were having the deal with Chelsea at the same time. But then he was really in Chelsea in Newcastle United. Now Dan Ashworth has left for Manchester United. Who is going to replace Dan Ashworth? And what is the future for Manchester United after Dan Ashworth leaving? We know right now Manchester United they're having many at their disposal to replace Dan Ashworth. They're looking to the Crystal Palace sporting director, and that is Friedman. Friedman, they've been also targeting him before coming over Dan Ashworth. But now, when you look at the current situation at the Newcastle United also, will also give you a question mark. At the same time, they need one of the sporting director from Spain, and that is Andrea Bata of Atletico Madrid coming up to the English. But at the moment, some of the members still of the Manchester United, they're still also debating if they're to maintain the team which are already at the board or the technical team at Manchester United. Now we look on to one of the head of football recruitment at Manchester United, that is Christopher Vivel. Now they're hiring him to maybe to take the care to act like the caretaker because we're soon closing to January, of which Manchester United need to do a lot of shopping. Though they're going to do a lot of shopping, but still Manchester United also need to be very careful of the PSR. Right now, after 5 years, Manchester United has accumulated losses of £370 million. That is losses, and PR is also there. We also know very well the issue of APT and at the same time FFP. But what Manchester United should be fighting of is now the PSR. What I like from the business of Radcliffe, when it came to Manchester United, it started by streaming some of the stuff which were not even like very important to Manchester United. We saw Manchester United came to realize like out of more than £42 million they're saving at the end of the financial years. That's also great for them. Then again, also they relieve Alex Ferguson. Remember Alex Ferguson since 2013 when he got retired. Manchester United hired him as ambassador of Manchester United, as an ambassador of Manchester United. But now also, when Radcliffe came in, they did some assessment and they found like not easy, like on actually yearly they're paying Alex Ferguson like actually more than £2 million, which was something to them wasn't working well. Now we saw also Radcliffe came in, brought some of the key figures. Wilcox joining in from Southampton as the technical director, and of course replacing Darren Fletcher. Right now, Darren Fletcher is also acting, but at the same time, Wilcox is now the one acting that position. They brought Barreda from Manchester City, one of the pioneers of Manchester City, right now in Manchester United. Then again, we also saw like Blank, who has been working with Juventus, having a vast experience in football. But now, right now, he's also at Manchester United. What Manchester United needs right now to harmonize the stress on the technical and decision making at Manchester United is the one failing them. The decision making. Remember what happened when Ten Hag wasn't doing well. They sat down some of the factions of Manchester United board. Some of them were in need of maintaining Eric Ten Hag. Others were not in need of maintaining Eric Ten Hag. That's also caught fire Dan Ashworth to leave Manchester United because what is in the dressing, or actually what is in the board of the technical part of Manchester United not working well. People are not together. That's what we need to know. Some of them, they need fast change. But now, in football nowadays, you need like transition. You need to also give time. Now we saw many coming in and going out. Check like Ruud van Nistelrooy came to replace McCarthy. And of course, he has been working well, delivered well. When they sacked Eric Ten Hag, they put him to do the caretaking, of course. But he performed well. Out of the 4 games he played, only one goal, actually, only one game he loses like 2 points. That was a draw. And he played 4 games unbeaten. That was a great achievement by Ruud van Nistelrooy. Right now doing well at Leicester City. Now they brought in Amorim. Amorim came with the team. He used to work together at Sporting. He's a very good coach. We know what he did from Sporting Lisbon. Yeah, it's good, but now the tactics is now using advanced United. It's not favoring because of the players he's having at his disposal. Because you need to know the players. You need to identify the kind of players to use advanced United. That's why the system is not favoring him. We saw the 5 games he played. He only won 2 games, and he also made like some 2 serious losses and a draw at the same time. So it's not working yet for Manchester United. But when you give time, maybe or might be, will be working for Manchester United maybe in the summer or the next season, but not this season for Manchester United. Now, Manchester United departure of Eric Ten Hag and Dan Ashworth costing Manchester United a total of 21 million pounds losses right now because they did compensate Eric Ten Hag at the same time. And right now they're compensating, actually they're getting lost out of paying Newcastle United 3 million pounds for the service of Dan Ashworth now leaving after just 5 months. So that's something Manchester United need to do away with. But for the moment, I see Manchester United should first maintain the team which are already at the camp of Manchester United. And of course, Christopher Vivell, I think, is going to be doing the service and go. Of course, he's going to be taking the lead because he has been acting as head of football recruitment at Manchester United. So I think that's when it's going to work for Manchester United at the moment. But the leaving of Dan Ashworth is going to actually just going to show to the world something different for Manchester United. It's not only happening to Manchester United, we saw also what happened to Arsenal. They lost Eddie Bourne, one of the greatest sporting director, and one of the brain behind the Arsenal success at the moment, or the Arsenal form at the moment, is Eddie Bourne. He left also. What happened also to Manchester City? Beginning staying right now, leaving Manchester City. He brought in Pep Guardiola in 2016. And of course, he has also been doing wonders right now, leaving Premier League. Now we are going to have some of the key important sporting directors not seen in the Premier League, unless maybe some of them can start coming back to other clubs during the summer or next season. But now it's not going to work out this time around because let's see, Manchester United, they messed up somehow. But if the Manchester United could get maybe a better a better sporting director. And right now they're having also a target on one of the most powerful sporting director, and that's the Campos from PSG of 60 years. But now Campos, we saw when he was working with Monaco, he brought in some good talents, the like of Bernardo Silva. He brought Bernardo Silva from Benfica. Then also the like of James Rodriguez, coming up the like of Falcao by then to Monaco, and some of the good players, quality players. Then we saw when he went to Lille, he brought in Osimhen from nowhere. Osimhen now is a star. He brought in some of the key players, the like of Gabriel Magalhaes, the one playing at Arsenal. Then of course we saw when he went to PSG, he transformed the temperament of Paris Saint-Germain. And of course, Paris Saint-Germain used to get like serious talent, but for him, he deals with young talents. He brought in Vitina to Paris Saint-Germain, and of course some of the key players, the like of Joao Neves, right now at Paris Saint-Germain. So when it comes to Manchester United, we know the partnership, the relationship between him and Amorim is going to work because they're from the same country. That's all from Portugal. They're all Portuguese. So at least the coming of maybe Campos would at least cool the fire at Manchester United because we know Amorim also like young talents. We saw what he did when he was at Sporting Lisbon with the sporting director called Viana, the one joining Manchester City. So they did wonders, produced many talent, the like of Poro right now at Tottenham Spurs, the like of Mendes at Paris Saint-Germain, and of course some other players like of Palina, the one playing at the moment at Bayern Munich. So there a connection together again. I think would going to be okay for Manchester United if they could get the service of Campos to Manchester United and to work together with Amorim, being that January is not far. We see Manchester United coming back to their glory. But now, bye to Dan Hasworth, though things didn't work out well for him. My name is Lamson Yuji. Don't forget to subscribe to LSK TV. Always bring the world near you. And don't forget to watch Sports Live Show always from 2 to 3 p.m. exactly. Always. One love. Thank you.